Hello class 11 science. In our last class we discussed about law of conservation of mass, and that after that we have discussed about law of definite composition. Now today we are going to discuss about law of multiple proportion. So according to the law, when two elements combine to form two or more compounds, the weight of one of the element which combined with the fixed weight of the other bear a simple whole number ratio. Now let us try to understand this statement with an example. The following example illustrates the law of multiple proportion. Say for example, hydrogen and oxygen combine to form two compounds. One is water, H2O, and other is hydrogen peroxide, H2O2. Now in water we have got hydrogen 2 and oxygen 1. So from this definition we can say 2 parts of weight by hydrogen combines with 16 parts by weight of oxygen from this one, since it is 2:16. Similarly in hydrogen peroxide, 2 parts of hydrogen combines with 32 parts by weight of oxygen, because 16 into 32. Now over here the different weights of oxygen which combine with a fixed weight. In case of water and hydrogen peroxide, the weight of hydrogen is fixed, because in water also we have got 2 parts by weight of hydrogen, and hydrogen peroxide also we have got 2 parts by weight of hydrogen. Now the oxygen which are combining with the fixed weight of the hydrogen, okay, the different weights of oxygen which combines with a fixed weight, that is 2 parts of hydrogen, in the two compounds bear a ratio 16:32. This 16 is for the weight by parts of oxygen in water, and this 32 is the weight of oxygen by parts in hydrogen peroxide. So it is 16:32, which will come as 1:2, which is a simple ratio. Now if we go for the statement, when two elements combine to form two or more compounds, the weights of one of the elements which combine with a fixed weight of the other bear a simple whole number ratio. This is law of multiple proportion. Next law we have got is law of reciprocal or equivalent proportions. Now let us see this law. The law states that when two different elements A and B separately combine with the same weight of the third element C, the ratio in which they do so will be the same or some simple multiple of the ratio in which A and B directly combine with each other. Again, for this statement to understand, we will take an example. The law may be illustrated by the following example. Say for example, consider 3 elements: sulfur, oxygen and hydrogen. Now both sulfur and oxygen can separately combine with hydrogen. So sulfur can combine with hydrogen and oxygen can also combine with hydrogen to form hydrogen sulfide and water. Now if you see over here, we have got the 3 elements, sulfur, oxygen and hydrogen. So sulfur can combine with hydrogen to form H2S, hydrogen sulfide, as well as oxygen can also combine with hydrogen to form water. Okay. Now at the same time sulfur and oxygen directly combine with each other. So at the same time this sulfur and oxygen can also combine directly with each other to form sulfur dioxide. Now we have to understand, now in H2S, that is hydrogen sulfide, if you see, we have got 2 parts by weight of hydrogen, and sulfur, whose atomic mass is 32, combines with 32 parts by weight of sulfur. Okay. In water we have got 2 parts by weight of hydrogen and 16 parts by weight of oxygen. Now the ratio of the weight of sulfur and oxygen in this, the ratio of the weight of sulfur and oxygen that combine separately with the fixed weight of hydrogen comes as sulfur is 32 parts and oxygen is 16 parts. So the ratio will come as 32:16, that will give you 2:1. Now in sulfur dioxide, in sulfur dioxide, that means when sulfur and oxygen combines, the ratio of the weight of sulfur and oxygen will be, sulfur atomic mass is also 32 and oxygen, since it is 12, since it is 2 number of atom and each oxygen is 16, so 16 into 2, 32, so it will come as 32 is to 32, that will come as 1 is to 1. Now the ratio of this two, that is this 2 is to 1 and 1 is to 1, the two ratio of 1 and 2 are related to each other as 2 is to 1 divided is to 1 by 1, we can say. So when you just simplify it, it will come as 2 is to 1, which is a simple ratio, we can say, simple whole number ratio. Now if you read this statement, now you'll understand. When two different elements A and B separately combine with the same weight of the third element, that is C, the ratio in which they do so will be the same or some simple multiple ratio in which A and B directly combine with each other. This is law of reciprocal proportion. Now for assignment 3, question number 1 is state the law of multiple proportion. Second is illustrate the law of multiple proportion with an example, with a suitable example. Question number 3, state the law of reciprocal proportion. And question number 4, explain the law of reciprocal proportion with an example. So you complete this assignment and send it in my mail.